Today in music history, brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. The impact of the Beatles was felt in every part of Western civilization. They proved that rock and roll could have structure and sweet harmony. No group has ever transformed the sound and meaning of rock and roll like the Beatles. Considered by millions as the saddest moment in music history, the Beatles officially break up today, December 30th, 1970.
Alka-Seltzer Plus goes to the Arctic Circle, where the toughest colds live.
The cold is miserable in this environment. Alka-Seltzer Plus takes care of the aches, the runny nose. It does the job.
Alka-Seltzer Plus fights tough winter colds with a combination of ingredients you can't get anywhere else.
Alka-Seltzer Plus has done exactly what I've needed it to do. If I don't go to work, kids go hungry.
Alka-Seltzer Plus, tough medicine for tough winter colds. For nighttime relief without alcohol, try Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime.
Imagine a party so big, everyone in America is invited. Fox presents New Year's Eve Live, a coast-to-coast celebration that has it all. Featuring Sam Kinison in L.A., Rocksteady in the 92, Penn and Teller in New York.
Fox asked us to make 1991 disappear.
With special appearances by Southside Johnny. And the #1 rock and roll band in the world, live, Guns N' Roses. New Year's Eve Live, a 90-minute special on Fox. Thursday, we learn karate so that we need never use it.
Excuse me, sir. Can we break out the nunchucks?
Bart has a quest
I learned the touch of death.
Ooh, the touch of death.
to master the martial arts.
Bart, don't use the touch of death on your sister.
But when he's tested on the field of battle,
Is something wrong?
will his black belt save the day?
This is my brother, and he knows karate. Uh-oh. Come on, karate kid. Race me.
Thursday night at 8 on Fox 29.
WPOP for the holidays.
Hey, I know how you feel. Your weight is up, your energy's down, your self-esteem's low, your blood pressure's high. You know what you need? Exercise. But who has the time? You do. Just imagine. Imagine what a difference you can make in just 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, at home with Nordic Track. Nordic Track. It's so easy. Just like walking and swinging your arms. But the workout's unbelievable. They call it the world's best aerobic exercise. Just like cross-country skiing, Nordic Track's patented flywheel provides smooth and non-jarring continuity of motion. It exercises your leg muscles in a gentle, natural way, so there's no stress on your back or your knees. Nordic Track's pulling motion works all the muscles of your upper body through a wide range of motion. That's not true of exercise bikes, treadmills, or stair climbers, which only work your legs. But by exercising your total body, Nordic Track gives you more of a workout in less time. It burns more calories than other exercises while conditioning all of your body's major muscle groups. It lets you accomplish fitness goals such as weight loss, cardiovascular health, increased energy, and reduced stress. With Nordic Track, you'll simply look and feel better than you ever have before. I'll bet you never imagined fitness at home could be this easy and convenient, or that you could actually enjoy becoming more slender, energetic, confident, and fit. Now is the time to get rid of that unfit body.
Create a new you.
Try Nordic Track for 30 days at home with no risk or obligation. Call now for a free video and brochure.
You'll see and feel the difference.
The Wiz, Wednesday night at 8 on Fox 29. Crank it up!
From Stage 29 at Paramount Studios on Melrose Avenue in the heart of Hollywood, California, in the United States. On the planet we call Earth, it's the Arsenio Hall Show starring Arsenio Hall. Tonight,
coming. My posse right here. Love having y'all. Every night. Yeah. Oh. And those are people over there who think that Lily Tomlin should take her search for signs of intelligent life in the universe to Capitol Hill tomorrow, but be prepared to come back empty-handed. Yes. Very long-winded opinions, those people. Yes. Welcome to the Arsenio Hall Show. I'm him. And for those of you who fly a lot, interesting news. If you fly Northwest Airlines, you're going to discover they have something new they'll be offering you. It's a new service. Northwest flights that are longer than 2 hours now will have a 5-minute airplane aerobic workout break. While you're strapped in your seat there, they're having, you know about this, okay? They have a little work. And I was thinking about it. When I'm sitting in one of those cramped coach seats, what you really want is something that'll make that heavy-set guy next to you sweat more, you know? Yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need. Yes. I need Tubby doing this next to me. That's what I need. Oh, man. Yeah, they offer exercise. And here's something interesting. For those of you who fly first class, they offer liposuction. So, thank you. You hear about this artist? What's his name? Who? Christo or something?
Christo, yeah.
Christo. Yeah. Okay. You've heard about this guy?
Uh-huh.
He took 3,100 umbrellas now and placed them in locations in Japan and California. And that's art. Sounds like highbrow littering to me, but he thinks this is art, and it's not the first outdoor project he's done. He constructed like a 24-mile nylon fence in California once. He wrapped a bridge in Paris in fabric. He surrounded an island near Florida in fabric. You remember that? And a lot of people consider him a creative genius. See, I'm no art expert, but I think this is a guy with too much damn time on his hands. What is he doing? It's like that old story, the emperor,
Emperor in his new clothes.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid to say, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You know, here you go. Art, that's art, right there. That's some art, right there. Here you go. 5 million for this right here, you know? Here's art. What kind of silly art is that, you know? You're going to have people throwing beer cans out of their car window. It's art, you know? With police stopping them saying, yeah, here's my art right here. Right here. A couple of them tickets will solve that problem. According to a report in the LA Times, the Los Angeles Board of Supervisors, in addition to metal detectors that they have down there, they're now going to have bulletproof desk blotters, okay? And these can be used as shields in case of attack. True story. True story. And the supervisors say that all these security methods are necessary in Los Angeles because they often have to deal with vicious gun-carrying thugs in their boardroom. And I started thinking about it. That's true. The LAPD officers go down there all the time, you know, and you gotta think about that, you know. See, y'all clapping, but on the way home, I'm gonna be like, hey, it was a joke, man. It was a joke. Oh, not the chokehold, please. I'm a comedian. I look like a pimp now, don't I? Oh, yeah. I have a monitor here, and I caught myself in the monitor, and just for a second, in my mind, I saw this. So, where's my money, bitch? What's up? Where's my money? Oh, God. What else is in the news? This is better, right? So I was reading the Times today. Just changes your whole demeanor. Bush summoned Clarence Thomas to the White House. You read about this? Interesting. He told Thomas that the allegations of sexual harassment have not shaken Mr. Bush's faith in Clarence. And he added that he was about to leave town, and he told Clarence, stay away from Barbara, man. No. Oh, gosh. Now, when I read this, because he did say, you know, my faith has not been shaken, and when I read this, I said, well, if Bush has confidence in Clarence Thomas, I should have confidence in him, I guess, you know? But then I thought, Bush chose quail. Yeah. You see what I mean now? Yeah. Let me see how you all feel. Show by your applause how many still have faith in Clarence Thomas. Yeah. See people? Yeah. That's interesting. See, I don't know who's lying, but I do know one thing. When I see a Supreme Court justice sitting on the bench doing this, I want him to be weighing both sides of an issue, not fantasizing about LaToya, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm saying? Bad host? I think not.
Look under my robe. There's a new issue of Playboy.
What else is going on? Let's see. No, but you know, this guy's going to be there for life, right? Doesn't he say for life?
Yeah, if he gets engaged.
We don't want 8 guys in robes and 1 in a raincoat, you know? You know what I mean? Hey, Anita! I want to see if I can make a crowd actually come out and beat me up on the air. That's oh, I have an impression for you. Here's something you'll like. Here's something you'll like. Yes? Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is an impression of Michael Dukakis sitting studying the field of Democratic candidates for the up-and-coming 1992 presidential election. Him studying the Democratic candidates. And they think I got my ass whipped. Thank you very much. Thank you. Give me a real one, man. I nailed that one. I nailed that one. Yes. 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 Give me one. From my producer. Yes. Boom. Yes. Yes. You know, I like it much better when she does it. Hey, you come here, come here. You produce, and you come over here. Let me change it permanently from now on. You're the leader of the posse now. Okay. And I'll be doing impressions every damn night, 3-4 times a night now, just so I can do that. You want to give me some funk? What? Oh, it's on. It's on here. We got a great show for you. Evan Campbell is here. From the movie Whore. Actress Teresa Russell is here. Lily Tomlin is here. My producer, Marla Kelson, is in the house. Get off. Let's get busy.
Hollywood pictures, the loss of her husband, her family. She blames it all on Claire.
I was calling about the nanny position.
Now, all she feels is rage.
You don't know what she's capable of.
All she wants is revenge.
You're tearing this family apart.
What goes around comes around.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Rated R. Sneak preview Saturday, January 4th.
The reinvention of the Ford Escort added a new level of design and performance to small cars. And now, we've added a new, more sophisticated Ford Escort. Introducing the new four-door Ford Escort LX sedan. A car designed to offer exceptional value and quality, and even the power of the GT, but with a style all its own. Have you wanted a style all your own? Have you driven a Ford lately?
During the JCPenney stock-up sale, you can stack up, pile up, and save up with 25% off on select women's bras, bikinis, and hosiery.
I've been thinking that...
But these would be great with your new suit. And the stripe is beautiful.
Or fill up on all men's dress shirts. Then load up on select socks and underwear.
Well, this is just about do it. You get everything here but gray socks.
Gray socks?
The JCPenney stock-up sale.
Princess Di, Magic Johnson.
It's People's year-end double issue.
Anita Hill.
The 25 most intriguing
John,
people of
Madonna,
1991.
Taylor, Mick
All
Jagger,
in People's
Barbra
year-end
Streisand,
double issue,
Tom
starring the
Hanks,
25 most
Williams,
intriguing
Michael
people.
Jackson, Brooke Shields.
Coming on video cassette from director Spike Lee. She's white. White! 4 stars.
It's black. There's nothing wrong with it, you know?
Spike Lee's best film, Jungle Fever. Coming January 16th from MCA Universal Home.
Join me tomorrow when my guest will be Mimi Rogers, who has a very unusual film called Rapture that I saw the other night. Very interesting, though. A Different Worlds, Dawn Lewis will be here. And Grammy Award winner Young MC will be here. That should be fun. Yeah. That's a good show. My first guest has created some incredible characters over the years. Ernestine, Edith Ann. And she brings several more characters to life in her new film, The Search for Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe. Please welcome Lily Tomlin. Yes. For all that you do, that's for you. You know what? You were raised in a Baptist church?
You're so pretty, you know.
Oh.
You are really handsome.
Thank you. I had never been called pretty, but I like pretty and handsome myself.
Your hair, you know, hair makes you really pretty, really nice. Anyway, yes, I was.
I had no idea. What kind of Baptist church are you from? I'm from one of them hip-slapping...
Well, mine is more white, but still... but still Southern, you know, a little better, but not like a black Baptist church, you know, no way. But I grew up in Detroit, so I used to go to, like, the Father Divine, and I used to go to different churches in Detroit, you know, and where they were really something to see.
Yeah.
You know, and the ladies used to wear those white uniforms, and they have on a stick, they'd have a feather. You know, and if you nodded off during church, they'd tickle the back of your neck.
Oh!
You never saw that?
Well, I jumped up like this, but I thought it was God, you know? I was like, I'm sorry, Lord. I didn't know it was, Detroit is cool. I lived in Inkster for a year.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. You know where Inkster is? Yes. Now, did you get a lot of comedy from your upbringing in Detroit and Baptist church?
I think so. You know, my parents were Southern. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I lived in an old apartment house with all kinds of, you know, strange, wonderful, wacky, political, apolitical, educated, uneducated, you know.
Everything.
All kinds of people, And I would go to every single apartment and loved that. Each night I'd go to a different apartment and hang out and do whatever they did, you know, like some places they were educated and we'd like read the New York Times or read the Britannica, and another place I might go and they might be communists and they'd give me a lot of Stalinist literature.
Yeah.
And then someplace else I might dance the chicken and eat donuts. And,
You know, you did something once, I mean, with my background of R&B, you did something once that took me apart. It was when Teddy and Barry White and everybody in between first hit Teddy Pendergrass. And you did a black guy, I forget his name.
Purvis Hawkins.
Damn, you stood out. Have you ever seen her do this guy named Purvis?
I can't do it here.
Oh, no, because you need all the, you had prosthetics.
No, I didn't have any prosthetics. I just had, I don't know why he looked so tall. He was so beautiful, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was just like, when I saw him on the screen, I just like, oh, Purvis. I was mad for him,
Yeah.
He was so soulful. He was so tall. He was so lanky. I don't know why he looked like he was 6'4".
Yeah, because I thought he was taller and a little darker than you, even though he was a light-skinned black guy.
No, I didn't have any makeup on.
Really?
No, just hair, but he had a nice close afro and a close beard, and he was really sweet.
And why did you come up with that character? Where did that come from?
Well, I was doing, a special called Lily for President. And so I was doing a satire on the idea that, show business or politicians can draw such diverse support to them, So it was like a satire on the fact that I, as a candidate, had such grassroots popularity that I could draw a real soulful black singer to me and a punk performance artist to me and an old folky group, that comes out of retirement. So you have that range of celebrities.
Yeah, that was the most wonderful piece.
Oh, I love that.
I just want to take you back for a minute.
Okay.
Let's go back a little further. The Scarlet Angels.
Yes.
Tell them about the Scarlet Angels. Tell me.
Okay. Well, I went to Cass Tech High School, so it was really a kind of. Is there someone here for real?
Someone who saw the school. It was like one clap. And...
who dropped out?
Yeah. It's like.
So, anyway, in that high school, everybody was really, you had to be pretty smart to go to the high school. But still, some of us had yearnings for more street activity, And so a bunch of us had a group called the Scarlet Angels, and we just tried to be hoodie and tough, And we wore, in those days you wore, big felt skirts with poodles on them and maybe an old nylon cardigan sweater buttoned up the back, with heavy pills on the underside of the forearm and just big old cinch belt, looking bad in a big old tanker jacket and ballet shoes. I hitchhiked to Chicago from Detroit in December in a pair of ballet shoes. I did.
How did your mother deal with you going through all the things you went through? Lily in the hood,
She didn't deal with it. She just finally threw up her hands, and sat down. That's all.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because that way you got to keep creating.
Yeah. Well, now, but when you went to church, would you run down to see the preacher every
Well,
Sunday?
he was my father.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I bet not run. I bet not do nothing.
You didn't?
Yeah, I
was really a great preacher?
Oh, yeah, when it comes to that Baptist experience, he was very special. Very special.
I used to love to run down and catch a really good preacher,
Yeah.
Quite a show.
When you're in the neighborhood, the preacher is mayor. I mean, he gives you your inspiration to get through the rest of the week.
Oh.
He is the person you go to talk about. He's a doctor. You talk about marriages. The preacher was very important in my neighborhood.
Well, I don't think the white preachers were quite as, soulful myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to live in fear of, going to hell from one Sunday to the next. Because I never went forward. I never went forward to get saved until I was quite, about 10 or 11 years old. So until I was that old, every Sunday I thought it was so embarrassing to go forward, and confess your sins and cry. And I'd see adults carrying on. I was kind of embarrassed for them,
Yeah.
And
talking in tongues and shouting.
And so, but finally, because I would live in such pain from one Sunday to the next, worrying that I wasn't going to go to heaven, that I finally did go forward,
Yeah. Are you still
laid it all out.
very spiritual?
I think I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. That's enough.
Really?
That's a sufficient answer. We're going to take a commercial and come back with more Lily Tomlin.
For minor throat irritation,
Here.
trust Vicks throat drops for soothing relief. Vicks, good tasting relief that's good for the whole family.
Now you can own the car of your dreams at bargain basement prices. Government sees vehicles as low as $100. Cars like Fords, BMWs, Mercedes, Corvettes, and Chevys, plus four-wheel drives, trucks, vans, boats, and airplanes. Also thousands of other items seized in narcotics raids. Where these auctions and sales are, which are seldom widely advertised. How to bid in person or by mail is revealed in a fantastic tape message. Call this free information hotline within the next 9 minutes. 416-696-3300. In the U.S., 716-987-9900. Free, free, free. Let us send you absolutely free this focus-free 35mm camera with built-in flash, auto wind, and power rewind, plus 200 certificates good for 200 free rolls of fresh Kodak film through our mail-order developing service. Why do we make this amazing offer? It's our way of introducing you to our mail-order developing service. Your certificates are valid for life, but to remain eligible to claim your premiums, call this number within the next 9 minutes. 716-987-9999. That's 716-987-9999.
The king of the hills, Mount St. Louis Moonstone, minutes north of Barrie on Highway 400.
By phone, 872-2222.
It's the hottest music event of the year, Jammin' 91, with me, Byron Allen. For 2 solid hours, we'll count down this year's hottest videos. Don't miss the beat.
Tuesday night at 8 on Fox 29.
Where did Edith come from? Edith Annis.
Well, I wanted to do a kid. I was on Laugh-In, and I was doing all kinds of other people and types and ages, and I wanted to do a kid, you know. So I used to go to the Ice House in Pasadena and just, I'd say to the audience, I'm going to be a 5-year-old now, and just ask me questions. And then later, when I used to go on the road all the time, I'd find, years later, I looking through the basement, I'd find boxes and boxes of tapes, you know, and you'd hear the car motor running. I'd be going from town to town, college to college, and I'd be talking for hours endlessly into the tape recorder, just doing Edith's voice, because I was trying to develop her voice, you know, and totally in love with her life.
Yeah. I've mentioned the movie a couple times. What's actually in this movie?
Well, first of all, there's it's hard, you know, I'll tell you, the movie is, as was the play, is so experiential that it's hard to say just in a linear way what it is, but I will try to.
Okay.
And that is, first of all, there's a bag woman in it called Trudy, who's in contact with aliens from outer space, and so she wears an umbrella hat, and the umbrella hat is a kind of satellite dish, and she can tune in all these other kinds of human beings, and so she's a kind of tour guide through humanity for these aliens, because they're here looking for signs of intelligent life, and they're looking at us, you know, to see if we've got the goods. And so in the course of the movie, you meet Agnes Angst, who's like a 15-year-old performance artist, and you meet her grandparents, Lud and Marie, and you meet a profoundly rich woman named Kate, who has a bad haircut, and it's totally humiliated because, for instance, Kate would say, Kate in the beauty shop, Kate is the kind of person, a kind of rich person who can't really go out in the streets and, you know, and face just the common person because she's really has such low self-esteem herself. The only thing she has going for her is her position or her money, and she has to be perfect, you know. She has to be formidable in her appearance. And so if she goes to the beauty shop and by some terrible stroke of luck gets like a bad haircut where her hair gets chopped off on one side, real trendy, well, she's not classic anymore. She's not really pulled together. And in the beauty shop, she says to her friend, she says, I tell you, coming here today was so humiliating. Of course, her hair's all chopped off. Yeah. And she says, there were people in the streets actually staring at my haircut. People who normally would be intimidated. So her, I mean, that's really a very sad, telling thing about her. And Kate is really sort of, in a funny way, is a kind of emotional fulcrum for the... I know you like these words.
And I'm listening, and I've seen your work. There's such development within the character,
I get so carried away telling it. I know. I can't,
some people just do voices, but, I mean, you get into the psyche of the character and all that kind of stuff, which is what makes Purvis somebody I remember.
I love it that you love Purvis.
Oh,
there's 2 prostitutes in the movie, Tina and Brandy, and 3 women that go through the women's movement together. Anyway,
wait. Now, do you play both prostitutes?
Oh, yeah. I play all these 12 characters. Another man in the movie is a guy named Paul, who's a sperm donor to a turkey baster baby. In the early 70s, in the early days of the women's movement, if a woman wanted to inseminate herself, there were really no clinics to go to. So a lot of women used to inseminate themselves with the help of a friend, maybe with a turkey baster. And there are like little baster babies, walking on the planet. And some of them are accomplished.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, but let me not just stop there. Let me say, the movie is really about all these people being emotionally and interconnected and impacting on one another in ways that they never know about. Some of them never find out. But as an audience, and then the audience also becomes a character in the movie, and it's a very beautiful kind of rapturous thing, in my opinion, and the way everything is poetically tied together, and the kind of, I know in an audience the kind of experience they get from it, because I lived through it night after night in the theater, and then when we made the movie, my dream was to see if we could translate that experience to the screen. And no one knew if you'd be able to or not. And we went to the Seattle Film Festival. And at the theater, there were about 800 people, and I just waited for this moment, because at one point in the movie, see, Trudy's trying to explain to the aliens the difference between soup and art. And she shows them a can of Campbell's tomato soup, and she shows them a picture of Andy Warhol's painting of a can of Campbell's tomato soup, and they never can get it through the whole play, see. But finally, and then, I mean, it's hard to explain, but at the end, she turns it. Oh, you want to see Trudy?
Yeah, we actually have a clip.
This is a different clip. This is a clip of her at Howard Johnson's.
Okay, let's look at it.
Where she hangs out.
I want to see it anyway.
Okay.
With the way they're clapping, I got a feeling they'd like you to just do a little something here. I mean, that's how they're clapping. Anything. Even if it's that much, anything of anything.
Well, I'm going to do 2 little short things. I'm going to do a small bit of, this is my very first monologue in my whole life, and it goes back a long, long time. And this is the world's oldest living beauty expert.
Okay.
And this is when I got my first big review in the New York Times. And now don't come in too close, because this is like scary. Wait, I have to undo my jacket.
Okay.
Oh, these beautifully tailored clothes.
But you look good.
People have asked me for years, Madame Lupe, how have you maintained your youthful complexion? And I tell them, it's concentration and technique. Now, this evening, we'll take any simple compound, in my case, Johnson's Glow Coat, and using only the very soft pads of the fingertips, we'll attack the eye area first. Round, round, round. Soothing and smoothing away those ugly scowl lines, tea stains, and aluminum pot marks. Next comes the most important portion of the regimen, and that to which I pay the most attention in my own beauty routine, the mouth. I want you to observe this wonderful exercise which I've invented. You do notice the difference. And the secret is technique of exercise. So you see, my dears, it is more, excuse me, achoo! So that's how I...
fortune.
Yeah. Can you give us a little more?
Okay. This is another character, an old character of mine.
Who likes water?
Well, I've never been on before, and I'm just a little bit
parched.
Let me see if I can do this in sitting here. This is Mrs. Beasley, and she says, "Hi, I'm not a professional actress. I am a real person like yourself. About a month ago, I was shown some products designed to improve the sex lives of suburban housewives. I got so excited, I just had to come on public access and tell you about it. To look at me, you would never suspect I was a semi-non-orgasmic woman. This means that it was possible for me to have an orgasm, but highly unlikely. To me, the term sexual freedom meant freedom from having to have sex. And then along came good vibrations. And was I surprised? Now I'm a regular cat on a hot tin roof."
Lily Tomlin, boy. The movie is called The Search for
Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe.
Yes.
You got it.
That's it. And when does it open?
It opens tomorrow here in L.A., and it opens around the country in the next few weeks, by Thanksgiving.
So look in your newspapers around the country and check her out. This is Lily.
San Francisco's newest crime fighter has no credentials.
Feel like a dork.
He's a kid.
Hey, I am not a kid. Calm down. Kid.
No training.
Why are we doing so much running? Aren't we all going to be in cars?
Move it! And no experience.
But we all decided we don't want you as our boss.
That's why he's in charge.
You're under arrest. Lay down on the ground or something.
Yeah, that's good. Christian Slater is Cuffs.
That's me.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, January 10th at theaters everywhere.
In over half the homes in America, people come home to Kenmore appliances. And right now, the country's most popular brand of appliances is on sale at Sears Brand Central. So run over for our lowest price ever on America's largest usable capacity 7-cycle washer and matching Kenmore dryer, and save $62 on the pair.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head & Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head & Shoulders, and doctors recommend it more than Head & Shoulders, Denerex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus to relieve your cold and cough at the same time. New Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine in the purple box. 2 kinds of relief from only 1 medicine.
You may have noticed lately that lots of people are having considerable trouble walking and chewing gum at the same time. Perhaps it's because of the great taste of Trident. Peppy Original. Tangy fruit. Bubbly bubble. Trident. Good for your teeth and great taste, too.
Imagine a party so big, everyone in America is invited. Fox presents New Year's Eve Live, a coast-to-coast celebration that has it all. Featuring Sam Kinison in L.A., Rocksteady in the 92, Penn and Teller in New York.
Fox asked us to make 1991 disappear.
With special appearances by Southside Johnny and the #1 rock and roll band in the world, live, Guns N' Roses. New Year's Eve Live, a 90-minute special on Fox.